Welcome to Rom Wills Money Matters. Recession resistant industry. Grocery stores. Grocery stores. Now, in the previous episode, I talked about personal care products. Where do most people buy those personal care products? Yeah, I know they got some specialty stores and stuff, but usually in a grocery store. I talked about, people making handmade soaps, but most people are going to get packaged soaps. Shoot. They're going to get packaged soaps. They're going to get their toothpaste and everything. And those are just the personal care products. You also got food. Now, in general, people still have to eat. But the thing is, you can't say it's automatic they're going to get food from your place. Like a lot of restaurants went out of business, especially during the lockdowns. And even now, you get some restaurants that might go out of business. Now, with the recession, the upcoming recession, or, in some people's minds, it's already started. The people still have to eat. And usually when money becomes tight, they start cooking their own food. Where are they going to get that food from? A grocery store. Because think about it, even during the COVID lockdowns, the grocery stores were still open. I said before, I made it so I would buy just enough for that day so I would have a reason and a justification to go back out. I would be in there every day just buying something. Workers knew it as well. But they were still open. The grocery stores are still going to be open, And indeed, I've said before, particularly with regard to black-owned businesses, you need some black-owned grocery stores. Now, that's a whole other conversation, but you still got grocery stores, period. There's so much you can get there. You can get food, you can get the personal care products. Basically, people get the stuff they need to sustain them there. I believe that in. Anyway, people, they have to go to these places to get stuff. You're always going to have a grocery store. You always need a grocery store. That's why when I was talking specifically about black-owned businesses, I said those are the businesses that we really need. Because people are always going to use it. Think about it. No matter how many grocery stores in the area, somebody is in there shopping. Because people have to eat. And especially if people are cutting back on their discretionary income, saving money, what the people going to say? Okay, can't go to that restaurant. They're a little bit too expensive, or at least to go as much as we used to. Don't really need that fast food anyway, but, And I was joking a bit, but let me say something about that. A lot of people will cut back from that because they don't have the money, and plus it costs way more than it used to. Like, I don't deal with fast food places at all, but I heard somebody talk about going into one, and it was like, wow, that's a lot of money. But, I take that back. My sons like Chick-fil-A for some reason. But other than that, I don't go into them. But here's the thing. A lot of people still go, instead of going to that type of restaurant, they'll go to the grocery store. Indeed, in some communities, especially in America, in some immigrant communities, that grocery store is not just a grocery store, but also a community place. It's a gathering place. And you'll find that it's a central location. People will mingle, recognize each other, talk. Some grocery stores, I have some events there. But the thing is, it's very resistant to recession. Now, let me be real with that. Depending on, if it's like a single independent grocery store, they might, depending on their location, they could get in trouble. But if you're talking about the overall businesses, if you're talking about the chains, national chains and everything, oh, well, they're good. Like, you could still get a job there. They still need people. Like at several grocery stores where I live, they always looking to hire people. And, they need, and there's so many different jobs in these places. There's so many. See, you don't have to work on a register. That's just one thing. You can work in different sections. You can work the stock. There's so many little things that you could do that it has there's so many jobs. That's why it's like a great business, any place. You can create so many jobs with just one grocery store. But recession, no matter how bad it gets, people are still going to go there. They got to buy food. I mean, that's the bottom line. Even if they still want to eat out, they still got to buy things. And they primarily will get them from grocery stores. Primarily, yeah, you can get personal care products from, maybe a specialty store or, a drugstore or something like that, which really, they got kind of like mini drug stores, pharmacy stores, actually mini grocery stores, because they got like many of the products. But people, they need something, when people, they're going to get the food, they got to get the toilet paper. We're not going to pronounce it the way everybody else does and say toilet tissue. Got to get the toilet paper. So, and that's a very important thing. That's a very important. And that was one that was listed, because what I'm talking about, when I looked up information about recession resistant industries, that was always listed, grocery store. But if you think about it, like I said, for the personal care thing, think in terms of what people need. Now, like I said, I'm not big on talking about investments, but if you're someone into stocks, look at those grocery stocks. Don't sleep on them. They tend to stay steady. They tend to stay steady. Like all stocks have some ups and downs, but grocery stocks, grocery stores, because people are always going to eat. People are always going to eat. And for ones who might underperform or something, somebody's going to buy them. How that goes. And, you got the jobs. And if you're the type, maybe you have a group of investors and stuff, you want to start your own grocery store. Provided you have a right location and provide great service, you can still make money. Because I know, like I said, in the area I live in, it's hard to go like a few blocks without running into a grocery store. People around here eat, And now we can get into some political stuff about places that lack grocery stores, but that's a whole other conversation. Also a business opportunity. But anyway, yet another recession-resistant industry, just the grocery store industry. So definitely check it out. Think about it, look into it, and just pay attention. And once again, it's still along the lines of, what do people always need? We always need personal care products. We always need stores. Now, the one I'm going to talk about next one, that's more of a vanity thing, but it was actually listed among recession-resistant industries. But anyway, that's all I have for now. I'll get back with you. I was about to mess with the production in a bit. But anyway, y'all know the deal. Let's go make that money.